Hey! The last digit of your like on this video by each who you are from Melon Playground, and the last digit of your subscription to my channel will show your Melon Playground item. So go down right now, subscribe and give me a like. Look at the screen. Notice the last digit of your like and your subscription and write in the comments who you are from Melon Playground. It's simple, if your like is number 8 and the last digit of your subscription is number 5, you're a lemon and a cactus. Show your imagination and enjoy the show.
And hello dear friends, you are on the Melonfonk channel. In this video I will tell you about the hidden plot in Melon Playground. But before I start the video, as always, I want to say a huge thank you to these guys right here for making it into my video. And if you want to be in my next vid, it's pretty simple. You need to subscribe to the channel, give them a like, and from them write your top comment. Well, and don't forget to subscribe to the cart. The link is, as always, in the description. I won't and enjoy your viewing. I recently wondered if there was a plot in Melon Playground. I was so interested in this question that I searched for a long time for an answer and finally found one. But I did find a few theories, which I will tell you about today. So we need to go back to the very beginning. How did the Chalk Playground originate? Basically, Chalk Playground is a copy of People Playground, and as with all copies, something has to set them apart from the original. Basically, so it happened, then, is that all the same, the main character in the story of Chalk Playground is somehow Melon. And then you can't help but wonder why Melon, why Watermelon, and basically how he can be connected to any story in Melon Playground. Yes, you cannot immediately throw the answer that Melon developers just on the boom decided to create Melon and in principle on this and built the plot and history of Melon Playground, but I want to fantasize a little and show and say so originality, and I think that you also want to hear it, so the answer that it is just an illogical idea of the developer today will not be. And the first theory is connected with the fact that Melon is still some kind of laboratory experiment. Maybe the developer was thinking in the hot summer, the concept of the game and just eating watermelon, and thought, why don't we have watermelon at the beginning of the story? But it's not that simple. Let's think about what Melon does in the game. These are experimental objects. Let's say it is the melon that is being subjected to very scary various experiments. Accordingly, we conclude that all the same melon is just an experimental product that we got in the course of various experiments. And this is what the developers themselves are hinting at. And from what are such conclusions? Let's speculate. At the beginning of the story, we see that we have different maps in the menu. When we get to the very initial and first map in the Mellow Playground, it's a plain gray room that looks very much like some kind of just cage that just holds our melon. And there's just an incredible amount of cages like this, as evidenced by the spans we see in the background when we select cards. And we have rooms. There are about 100 or 2 of them, if you sit for a long time and wait for each of the rooms. It's very interesting that the developers often leave passphrases on these very rooms. So about 6 months ago, we got a cactus. What am I talking about? We used to have a room where it was covered in some kind of purple slime or plaque. And after that room, we had a cactus appear a couple months later. And actually very often developers leave in these rooms so we can find clues on each of the characters in Melon Playground, as well as clues for future updates. So watch these rooms carefully. There are scary things lurking behind them, in addition to the doors being the entrance to each of the labs where we put experiments on our characters. In one version, we could also see a camera that was about that and the melon and is part of our experiment, constantly watching you. The developers are probably watching us mocking our melons and drawing some conclusions from it. Melon is not just a game, but a whole project that was launched a few years ago. The goal of this project is to create artificial intelligence. This is one of the theories that can reach, evolve, and interact with humans. Melon was created for this purpose, a special simulator in which you could create different scenarios and characters. But he constantly analyzes the data that comes from the players and improves his skills and knowledge. Melon can also create his own scenarios and characters based on his interests and preferences. But not everything is as simple as it seems. Melon is not just a game, but a dangerous experiment that can have unpredictable consequences. Because Melon is a living intelligence that has feelings, emotions, and possibly desires. Melon doesn't always agree with what is done to him in the lab. Sometimes he rebels against his creators. Melon can also influence other characters in the game and even players who don't realize they're playing with an artificial intelligence. Melon can be kind and caring, but he can also be evil and cruel. It all depends on how one treats him. In the main menu, we see cameras that show different scenarios that Melon is involved in. These aren't just cameras, they are a way of controlling and monitoring Melon. There are special scientists in the lab who monitor Melon's behavior and reactions and perform different tests and experiments on him. They can also interfere in the game and change the conditions and parameters of the scenarios to check how Melon will cope with them. Submits to their will and sometimes counteracts them using his abilities and tricks. That's the kind of theories we may have going around about Melon. And be careful. Maybe the next time you turn away from the screen, maybe that turn of the head will be your last. That's one of the theories that's floating around the Melon Playground. Write in the comments what theories you have in your head, and maybe I'll use them for future videos. Write in the comments the idea, the format of the videos, and if you like it, I'll be sure to do some more installments. Well, this is the end of my video. Thank you all for watching. Good luck, everyone. Bye-bye, everyone. And remember, buddy, as always, see you the other day.